If only you had known what this place had in store, you'd have stepped on the gas and never looked back. Last time I did that, I died.
Hey, welcome to Kuiper Belt.
Hi. The man gives you a smile full of glistening white teeth. I have to sneeze. Has a certain vibrancy in his rosy cheeks, like he's so full of life he'll just burst. Looks very... jolly.
I'm Travis, and you look like you could really use a drink.
You're not from around here, are you?
My accent gave me away, right? When I first came here, I had the hardest time adjusting to the way people talk. It's just so... thick. Man, oh man. Let me tell you, it doesn't get easier with time. I've been here a while. And what brings you here? Sorry if I'm prying, but...
I'm trying for therapy.
Good luck with that.
Thanks. It's visible on his face he wants to know more, but he's stopping himself.
Listen, next drink's on me. I think you need it. Okay then, I'll leave you to it.
Deja vu, I just been to this place before. Higher on the street.
Those protein shakes are starting to cause permanent damage, Travis. You can't seriously suggest that I just let her do whatever.
Hey, just trying to help and give you a different angle.
Believe me, I've considered every possible angle.
Hello? Oh no. I stopped my voice recording for a long time. Luckily, I record audio on 2 tracks. Otherwise, 45 minutes of recording would just be gone. I'm satisfied with my preparedness. Her eyes a pair of icy daggers.
This is a public space, but this is a private talk. Move exactly 5 yards away and let us finish.
The other time you said at least. The bartender gives you a look that's a heterogeneous cocktail of I'm sorry, bro, and you kinda deserved it. Sorry for bothering you.
Apology accepted.
Yeah, I got it. You can't help but wonder, is this her normal self or is tonight special? I wonder, but I want to go outside. Upside. Rows of weather-beaten planks stand ready, eagerly waiting for the day the crowd's backsides will return. Okay. Can jump off, kill myself. Rust-kissed from long days in the elements, it does its best to hold firm. Anything else up here that I can see? Staff only. Locked. Obviously, but I still had to try. An old-looking piano seems older than other furniture. I'm sure I can play it at one point, otherwise why wouldn't it just say the noticing thing? When it just like gives a small comment. Fuck me. It's a list of rules with explanations. Hold on, this looks familiar. Do not touch the piano, dancing only with permission and for an adequate reason. 1 napkin per drink, no leaning over the counter, bar stool occupancy, time limit, Wi-Fi access is reserved for paying customers only, and leave. I mean, that's my only option. You're a mama, aren't you? I gotta piss. I kinda wanna see what she does. Kuiper Belt, it hums with a quiet pride, washing its surrounding with a neon glow that makes even the air feel styled. One has to wonder how this flower ended up in such a forsaken stretch of concrete. What seed decided this was the perfect spot to take root, sprout, and bloom? Life always finds a way. I must be witnessing an active evolution. Looks that way. The plants in their infinite grit have started siphoning nutrients from concrete. There's no shortage of this stuff. Wherever humans stomp around, that grey crust follows. Either that or a stray gust of wind slipped just enough dirt into some tiny crack to give it life. Which do you find more believable? Mutated flower. I recently understood why evolution happens. I always believed in evolution, don't get me wrong. But I didn't understand how genes know to do stuff. You know, like how do genes go like, oh, okay, for example, one of the biggest things, or the things that I know is that we are losing the webbing between our fingers. Like, it's still there a little bit, but not really. It's very small. And it's like, how did our genes go like, oh, we're not in the water that much, so it's fine. I don't have to have... And the way leads down to the desert. You see some farm or ranch there in the distance. I don't think I'll get far, but still. Soaked. Again. That's, okay. The farm and everything. Anyway, so then I just realized it's not that it's evolving to do specific things. It's just evolving. And then the evolutions, the traits that evolve that are useful, stick. You know? Oh shit. Oh shit. I told you. Can I talk to someone? I want to talk to someone. I don't look at stuff, I don't talk to someone. Time doesn't pass while I'm here, right? The Kays have stopped tending their garden. The shed is full of discarded tools. Man, so much shit is happening here. Jesus. Yeah. Even here on the front porch, you can hear music blasting from somewhere inside the house. Someone's having the time of their lives. The door looks brand new, unlike the rest of this accumulation of crumbling stone and rotting wood. Wood! Wood! That could have been called a house once. Still, there's no doorknob. Ring the bell. Surprisingly, it works. A large cowbell hanging above the door rings in unison with the electric one deep inside the house. But nothing happens. A break into that ranch house? Jesus. Anyway, let's look at more stuff. Okay, well, let's just wait for the end here on this thing. What do you say? Because everything used to be simpler, right? A simpler, brighter time when all you had to decide was how to have fun and how best to waste the endless hours. You never had to make the kind of choices that would eventually land you in therapy in this godforsaken backwater, daydreaming about better days. Maybe I can choose again. The good things. That time you'll never come back. Neither will the feeling. It's true, but I can choose. Maybe. You just have to try. Indeed. Can I sit? There's so much new shit. Judy the astronaut. Damn. An astronaut named Judy died in an accident during the Guiding Light mission. She and Frank were in a relationship. Huge Hat Lady seems to be a bit of a control freak with a razor-sharp tongue, ready to lash out at anyone, you included. She's Robin's mother. She has some kind of a token that she constantly twirls in her hand. Judy and Frank. In a relationship! Oh, I have signal here! Maybe the pin is connected to Judy somehow. That line of thinking has its merits. Four-letter word represented by numbers, something to do with Judy. On the screen you can even see the letter under the numbers. Love, stay, or Judy. Let's just try Judy. Finally, the generic lock screen fades away. And you can almost hear the pixels screaming as they die. What? Oh, a one in a coral destiny. I thought that the pixels were dying, as in... Anyway, a woman in a coral destiny spacesuit greets you instead, her face shining with a contagious smile. The cracked screen goes right across the entirety of her body, shattering that smile. The spacesuit did shit all to save you, lady. No wonder Frank lost his mind. She's beautiful. If that is not an omen, I don't know what is. Let's just be respectful. Judy, I presume. Right on the money. Check the email app, check the internet connection. Yeah. phone is connected to. This is not a Wi-Fi. Excellent. You're assaulted by a seemingly endless list. Most of the texts have never been opened. It's signified by the little number in a bubble icon. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack without even knowing for sure there's a needle in there. Maybe check at the top first? Contact names, yes. The vast majority of which are unknown numbers. Seems like Frank is a paragon of organization. Those few names you do see are obvious nicknames. Some familiar: Smiley, Riley, Old Man B, Double T, Please Shrink Fink, Boss Lady. Subject messages. Check the email app. Before it loads, the app notifies you that it's properly connected to the internet. Thank you. The inbox is full of unread emails, mostly promotions and notifications. Buried underneath all of that junk, you see some messages from real people. A lot of personal stuff, but also some weird things among the rest. Check one off. If you were hoping for a treasure trove of information, there's only disappointment here. Seems like Frank's not too keen on emails. What's Ben up to? Who the hell is Rosetta Simmons? Frankie, you're still not returning our calls. Hope you're taking care of yourself. Paul and I are coming to the valley for the anniversary. If you can't be at the memorial, let us take you out to dinner at least. Was that Judy's grave? Or at least the astronaut's grave? She might be gone, but you're still family. Oh, that's Judy's mom. The words might sound unpleasant, but there's so much sorrow in every letter. Like how Frank went to that dinner. Why do I get an impression that they came to RUE Valley for every anniversary? And a classy lady at that, wanting to take Frank out to dinner. What's Ben up to? When the male subject is thought of you, you don't know what exactly to expect. The whole email is an image. A man with his face stuck under the hood of a car, smoke billowing from the engine, sun setting behind a cliff at his back. There's a caption as well. When your car breaks down by the roadside, at least you have a good view. It is funny! Well, at least Ben is trying to cheer Frank up. What do you know? Maybe Frank likes dad jokes. A seemingly endless list of notifications from Frank's bank, Coral Destiny, and a mobile network. Yeah. Your power of skim reading allows you to quickly get the gist of most of these emails. Internet availability and blackouts, roadblock warnings and updates. Classic corpo public relations stuff, pretending to care about the locals while doing whatever the fuck they want. A dead end, anyhow. None of these emails were ever touched by a human, Frank included. There's a number of emails with the exact same subject, and you're not sure if they're part of a chain of different emails. First email. It takes some scrolling, but you find November 25th? Is that what it means? I don't know. My place tonight? Continue reading before you make any conclusions. Frank simply responds, I can tonight. Busy. Then just a couple of minutes later, come on, my place. 21 age, so 9 o'clock. Dad will be asleep. Works late and I have a new toy to show you. This is getting so obvious, it must be a lover. Maybe it's Judy. After a couple of days, Frank sends another email. Tonight again, same time. It's that time of the year again. Of course. I have something special for tonight. Just come and bring some whiskey. I understand I kind of barged in on this conversation, but man, I wish they spoke plainly. Now that would ruin all the fun, wouldn't it? Then another mail from, if you were right about the source of the signal, we discovered something big. A penis? I'll expunge this whole account. You do the same. Before deleting the account, remember to manually delete the whole archive. Source of the signal. For once, Frank's carelessness works in my favor. Before you go all smug face. Wait, there's even more. Frank sends another email straight after the last. You have to continue listening to the signal. To your surprise, it responded. Didn't I tell you to delete it all? Do you want them to catch us? Shut it down. Your mind starts reeling with questions. What signal was Frank chasing after? What's its source? It has to be something about Judy. Maybe. I don't know. It could be. It could be! I'll have to ask around. You could be so paranoid. I'll have to ask around. Your fingers hover, then dive in. You open the list of recent calls, partially obscured by a large diagonal crack on the screen. Half expecting a familiar name to jump out and offer comfort in its recognition, instead you find a blur of strangers. Names drift by, each one meaningless, hollow. Just text for people you'll never meet. Your finger falls on Old Man B, but even before the first ring you hear. Your service has been temporarily suspended due to non-payment. Please make a payment to restore service. Alright. I'm so far I can't hear it. That was a lot of info. Holy shit. Could you help me make sense of a dream I had? A dream? The doctor raises his left eyebrow, seemingly intrigued by your question. Perhaps it'd be better to do it during tomorrow's session, as a comprehensive analysis requires time that we don't have right now. But I worry I might forget some of the details. Please, doctor, that would surely help me fall asleep tonight. Yeah, let's talk. Yeah, he wants me to sleep. Well, I guess we can at least make a start today, focusing on the most vivid aspects, and we'll continue with the deeper exploration. Okay. Shared a dream about checking out of the motel. That's when I woke up very thirsty. God damn it. A suitcase, the struggle with the checkout forms, and a malfunctioning vending machine. They all seem to be significant. Would you like to share your thoughts on any of them? The suitcase was supposed to be simple, just my things, but it felt alive. It jerked, like something was inside trying to get out. And when it opened, your belongings had become snakes. What does that transformation suggest to you? They weren't my things anymore. And your first instinct was to slam the lid shut to contain it. Why not just leave it there? Just leave it? What if someone else saw? It looked dangerous. Yeah. And you brought this dangerous suitcase with you, no less. There's a powerful sense of responsibility, not just for your own safety, but to prevent the danger from spreading. I like that. He's not buying it. I do like that. I don't know, I panicked. It's true, I did panic. Mr. Harrow, there's no shame in your reaction. You responded instinctively to a perceived threat in the way that felt most natural to you. Containment is a familiar strategy, but when we consistently choose to bury our problems rather than face them, we are merely postponing a confrontation. Yeah, let's go on with the checkout forms. What do you think the form represents in the process of leaving? It's proof that I was here, that I'm done. And the ink? What does it mean that it spread and ruined your writing? Something was sabotaging me. So naturally, you snatched another form and started over. But even on the new form, the ink seeped through. What does that tell you? That it's hopeless. The system is broken. But nevertheless, you continued writing on a form that was already ruined. Why not just leave it? Then it wouldn't be over. It would be like I was never really there. Well, I had to. It's the rules. You felt compelled to complete the process that was, by that point, utterly meaningless. You wrote in black on black, perfect metaphor for an empty gesture. Damn, dude. What I hear is a man who needs to be able to tell himself, I did everything I was supposed to do, even when your actions had no effect. The performance of the task itself was crucial. It allows you to place the blame on the broken system rather than on the fact that you may need to change your approach. God damn, is this my therapist? Well, let's move on to another symbol for now. I was so thirsty, but the vending machine just took my money and gave nothing back. Again and again. How did it feel to be promised relief of a basic need and then constantly denied it? Like the machine was taunting me. And yet your response was to insert another coin and then another. What were you hoping would change? What else was I supposed to do? It was the only machine. It was the only machine there. This time it would just work. So you continued the same action with the same tool, expecting a different result. Why not stop? Why not walk away and find water somewhere else? I'd admit that I wasted all the money. It was the only option available. I wasn't thinking about the money, so I'm changing. So I'm picking that answer. Seems like you'd rather exhaust yourself in a battle you know you're losing than disengage and admit the strategy is flawed. You became so focused on getting what you deserve that your real goal to quench your thirst was completely forgotten. This dangerous kind of denial, Mr. Harrow, because it masquerades as perseverance. You are convincing yourself that sheer stubbornness is a virtue, but it's actually just hiding from the fact that your chosen solution is broken. The doctor's gaze pierces through your soul. Now let us consider the dream as a whole. In each scenario, you encountered an obstacle, and in each you chose a similar path. When faced with a terrifying truth, you chose to contain it. When faced with a futile process, you chose to complete the empty ritual. When faced with a broken solution, you chose to repair it. The common thread here is not the nature of the obstacles, but your reflexive response to them. Your subconscious is illustrating the very strategies you use to avoid confronting what is truly troubling you. I'm not avoiding anything. I'm doing what needs to be done. You have absolutely no idea what's truly troubling me, Dr. Fink. Let's not be like that, okay? And that is the heart of the issue. These need-to-be-done actions have consistently failed to resolve anything. You are treating the symptoms while ignoring the illness. I cannot tell what specific burdens you carry, but I can see the weight of them in your steadfast refusal to admit they exist. That refusal is the one problem that makes all others impossible to address. Until you can face that, you will remain stuck, endlessly performing what you believe needs to be done, without ever addressing what actually needs to be done. He pauses for a moment. Tell me, have you considered that the incident, the one that led you here, wasn't some isolated random event, but the result of built-up tensions? That's irrelevant. I won't talk about the incident. Or, I asked you to make sense of the dream, not to diagnose me. I don't think it's a waste of time. The loop you need to break is this very cycle of denial. Your refusal to even entertain the possibility that your mind is trying to show you something is the very wall you keep crashing into. You'll either find it in you to admit this, or things are not going to get better. Not here, and certainly not out there. He glances at the clock.
That's it for today. You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
The signal. Frank was trying to catch some radio signal. This signal must be somehow connected to the time loop. He had email conversations with some mysterious person. At email.com. Can I commit to this as well? Okay, nice. I have a lot of intentions. Whee. Okay, we have a lot to do here. She gives you a sideways glance, but whatever provoked it, she lets it slide the next moment. It's her mom. We know this.
Of course. That's my mom, Anita, with a double T, mind you. She hates it when someone misspells her name and always goes through the trouble of telling them in advance.
That makes sense. I would hate that too. Though she's trying to feel cheerful, you feel a dose of bitterness in her voice.
But I get why you didn't make a connection. We don't look alike, like, at all. Just the other day, I looked through some of the stuff she forgot here, and there was this camera. I saw Anita young, real young.
She doesn't call her mom.
Nothing alike.
Who knows what secrets are hidden in there? Might be worth looking into, but Robin's certainly not going to tell you where they are.
No wonder, really. Everybody tells me I'm the spitting image of my dad.
She works with you? Obviously not. Do all of you live here together? We know that. She isn't. But I guess she doesn't know that we know. And now that I really look at you, you're like Anita's mirror image. I don't know if she would like that. And the more important unspoken question, where are they?
Yeah, there's a whole box of it down.
She suddenly stops, her lips pursed.
She forgot some of her stuff here when she left us. After the divorce, you know. She's running that Kuiper Belt bar up the road with her new boyfriend Travis. But before, yeah, this was a family-run operation. Though it would be better to say she was running things and Dad just followed her orders. Oh man, Anita would never allow me to install the key cards.
So much stuff. I take it you don't like Travis?
Oh, no. Travis is a decent guy. My
Was that
problem
the
is with
bartender?
Anita. To be honest, I don't understand why she left us. I guess I never will.
What a chatty girl. I guess it makes sense that she's giving out so much personal information because she's such a chatty, extroverted person. But your dad's dead.
Ben. He's running the motel now, and I'm helping him. Which
Ben.
means this is still a family business, despite Anita walking out on us.
Why did they get a divorce? Sometimes I wonder if I would be like this if my parents had divorced in time. You're aware you've been calling your mom by her first name throughout our whole conversation. You know Anita had every right to leave. Did you say that? Because I don't want to say that if she didn't say that, because how do I know that? Why did they get a divorce?
I've been
That seems like a
thinking about
general
it
enough
lot.
question.
Like, trying to learn some lesson here? Short answer? I don't know. And the long answer? I don't know.
I do not know.
It's not like they ever included me in their conversations, if they had any. Like their divorce doesn't affect me. I mean, I know they had issues, but I never imagined all of it would break apart so quickly.
Happens.
It really fucked Dad up in the brain, though he's trying not to show it.
When can I
And the
call
worst
him?
thing, everything is different, but feels the same.
I'm gonna
Mom
call him.
still calls me every day, still pushes me to do the things she
Really?
thinks are best for me, and I know she's pushing Dad the same way. She doesn't have the right to meddle in our lives so much, because everything changed.
A dark cloud ripples across her face, and she closes her eyes for just a moment. Her lips tighten, then her eyes open.
Is there anything I can do for you, Mr. Harrow? If not, I have some things to take care of.
I will email.
That sounds like spam, or worse, a
Or
phishing
worse.
attempt. If you get a message from an address like that, the best thing to do is ignore it. Better yet, delete it entirely.
It did seem like a genuine email.
If that's the case, whoever sent it really doesn't want anyone remembering their email. Wouldn't surprise me if they end up asking for money. That's usually the end game for people using those kinds of addresses.
Some kind of signal was mentioned, but no money. At first it sounded like a hookup invitation, but then it got weird. Nobody mentioned money, but there was talk of deleting everything, all emails. I don't know if she should know about that.
Signal? That's a new one. Haven't heard or read anything about that before. But still, probably best not to take it too seriously. Let me check my phone just in case. Maybe I got something similar.
Please do.
Nope, nothing like that on my end. Best to just delete it.
Are these parts deserted or something? There's no traffic and hardly any people.
The place has literally never been more alive. You should have seen it like 10 years ago. A total ghost town. I mean, I could walk all the way down the main street of Bothwood in the middle of the day and see maybe 2 people, tops.
Let's be empathetic.
Won't lie, it was tough. Even if you're happy just being on your own, the loneliness kind of gnaws at you. Slowly.
My loneliness
Slowly.
must kill me. Until it gets you. She makes a silly face to show how it feels when it finally gets you.
I mean, when there's like 8 kids in your class, you don't get to choose who you hang out with. And it makes cheating on exams impossible, let me tell you.
So you had to be smart. She laughs.
Yeah, wasn't easy growing up in the valley. All that changed when Coral Destiny came here. It was like our ghost town was being raised from the dead by the magic of space money.
Space
Anyhow,
money!
Bothwood is still a small town, with a small town mentality. Most young people still leave as soon as they can.
Yeah, opportunities, but what about the mentality? Is there anything special, or do you just mean small
Besides,
mentality?
more jobs, more stuff to see and do, no neighbors listening to your parents screaming at each other and generally sticking their noses into your life. But listen to me ramble on and on and on. Can I actually help you with something?
No, thank you. Also, something else. The stocky man is going to the Kuiper Belt.
Break you open if I have to.
Right? He's going there with the bike because he has that meeting on the internet. Yeah, he left about 5 minutes ago. I forget when his meeting is. He would get here at around, well, not even when I do, because he starts with a bike. Where's the stocky man? Stocky, 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 stock. Where is he? But he has a meeting. Here. Whatever, I'm trying to steal the car. Drive north. I'm gonna go to north because I wanna go to even farther up north. Completed? Fuck yeah, dude. Why did I do this, by the way? I guess it doesn't matter. As the fiery sky... what the fuck? As the fiery sky catches up to you again, you see something in the distance. It's hard to make out, but the road leads into a tunnel. Some mining equipment and a car just before it. There's someone next to the car. But even with this car, you can't outrun the loop. Not unless you start driving before the sun sets. Yeah. Can I do that? Do I get there, even? Let's just get it over with, dude.
Mr. Harrow, please.
No. Mr. Harrow was my dad. How can I start driving before... yeah. But the sun already set. How can I get here faster? I don't think I can. Maybe later. I get it.
Mr. Harrow, please.
Bye. You're...
Get it out already!
What? I'm so many. The door slides shut slowly, so slowly, and the world narrows to this metal box. You had to leave the apartment and go down to the corner store, as you haven't eaten all day. The tiny cabin amplifies the fact you haven't showered in a week. That's my past? That's the reason I came here? Yes, it's disgusting, but there's just no time for any of it. You have to finish the article. The deadline was impossible from the start, but you took it anyway because it's good money, meaning you could maybe finally work on your own script next month and prove to everybody you are still an artist, not just a content mill, soon to be replaced by AI. Dang! Commentary. I've been telling myself that I'll work on my script next month for years. The elevator begins its descent, but then stops abruptly just one floor below. Mrs. Gable's floor. She brought you soup when you first moved in, and you'd seen her in the hall last week, but pretended you were on the phone, just to avoid the concern in her eyes. You couldn't handle the kindness. You didn't bring the phone this time, though, as you only planned a quick visit to the store, but the door doesn't open on her floor anyway. Instead, the elevator changes its mind and starts going up. But upon reaching your floor again, it halts and immediately heads back down, the door never opening. What kind of sorcery is this? At Mrs. Gable's floor, the elevator reverses course once again without your phone. There's only one option. Panic? Yes. Not yet. Try the emergency call button first. Alright. You expect a call with somebody, but instead a recorded static-filled voice announces that maintenance was notified of elevator malfunction and will be here within an hour. An hour? The deadline is in 3! Jeez. And the article is still a mess, a salad of words you'd written and deleted 12 times. Every word a testament to your incompetence, every sentence a fraud's confession. Jeez, that's a harsh self-critic. But it was not always like this. You had more than enough shining moments during your diverse content writer career, remember? The options are all long, and I will read them all. I like the reclusive film auteur. A long-form investigative piece on the hidden art of watchmaking for a prestigious men's magazine that won a minor industry award. Really? The witty and incisive weekly column on urban loneliness for a popular online magazine that developed a cult following. I also like that. It's important. Urban loneliness. Dang. I'd read about that. A series on elevator safety for an engineering digest that was later cited in a national safety guideline. Elevator safety. That's it. I know how to fix this. Please do. Who did you kill? This is the incident that's gonna end up with him fired and having to come here? Right, the gig was from years back, but you researched it like a pro. You still know how it works. There should be wiring behind the interior access panel, and if you access it, you may be able to manually reset the elevator. Don't do it. He knows everything. This guy from like, he's doing this, he's researching all that stuff for his articles, and then he also he knows about the door locks. He's a very... he absorbs information like a sponge. Jam your apartment key into the edge of the control panel. Don't do it. Also, who goes anywhere without their phone? To an elevator? Crazy. Slice through the green and blue wires with your apartment key. Sure, the wires offer no resistance, as if made of silk. The elevator stops, and for a single weightless second, you feel like a wiener. The red light on the panel starts flashing, followed by a sharp, piercing alarm. Maybe they're gonna pay attention now. The machine is not crying for help, announcing to the world, "Here he is inside me. A vandal, a weirdo, a terrorist." Panic begins to coil in your gut. The hunger, the alarm, the deadline, the guilt, the claustrophobic walls pressing in. You have to get out now. Find the main power cables and tear them to silence the machine. Jesus, Eugene. You know exactly where to look. Your eyes lock onto the thick insulated cables. My thought, by the way, in the meantime, is that I can get Riley to drive me to the tunnel. You know exactly where to look. Your eyes lock into the thick insulated cables. You jam your key against the ancient black sheath of the main power cable, heaving and twisting with all your might. It takes some effort, but the already damaged insulation soon tears with a rubbery shriek, exposing the heavy copper within. Don't stop until it's dead. Yeah, keep going. You grind the key, meshing the live wires together. A torrent of sparks erupts, a fountain of angry, spitting gold scalding your hands and raining down on your clothes, smelling of burnt metal and silent thunder. Did you set fire to the fucking building, Eugene? Did you? The shredded insulation, now a blackened, melting wound, begins to smoke. The toxic smell of charred plastic fills your lungs. A flame appears on the shredded insulation and begins to climb. The main building fire alarm soon joins the chorus, a deep roaring wail. The cabin becomes an oven. As your pores open, a stale stench permeates the air, and you remember again you haven't showered in a week. The smoke thickens into a solid, choking blackness. Your head spins, the world tilting on its axis, as your lungs scream for clean air. The last thing you register is a rhythmic pounding against the door and a garbled shout. "We have a man in here. He needs assistance." I built a wall in your mind, brick by brick, to keep the elevator incident buried. But now the memory has shattered its way back to the surface, bringing with it suffocating panic and the acrid smell of smoke. You swore you'd forgotten. Dr. Fink's analysis of your dream was the key. His words recontextualize your entire breakdown. The pattern is now blindingly obvious, and you're left wondering how you ever mistook this deliberate self-sabotage for an incident. Oh, he wanted to do it on purpose? Purpose by accident? Subconsciously? Because he wanted to get out of his life.
Sure.
And he knew he couldn't get the deadline. Yeah.
Wow, nice.
I have a question about Anita.
Sure. Anita? She's the queen of hospitality here in RUE Valley.
I don't get... What's up with that?
Anita always dressed like that. You better believe it raised a few eyebrows, or a few dozen eyebrows around here. But ever since the divorce, she cranked it up to 11. I don't know. Maybe that midlife crisis or whatever. Or she's finally a free woman and can do whatever she wants.
Increase the hat.
Well, she was running the motel with Uncle Benny back in the day, and now she opened a bar with that hunky dude from Bothwood.
What happened?
What always happens. People drift apart, and after plenty of yelling, they call it quits and get a divorce. I don't think Kuipers is raking in the big bucks, but
there's more
considering
there.
No one else is doing any tourist stuff around here, That kind of qualifies her as the queen of tourism.
Aunt Nita?
That's a very long story, and I'd rather not talk about it right now. Let's just say we're related. You're welcome.
Thank you. Do you want to bring me on your beautiful bike? Okay, what else can I do that I couldn't do before?
Ah, it's right there.
Thanks. This is not what I wanted to do, but I did it anyway. What I will try to do is go to the range house. I forget where it is. Hopefully I can just go there. Yeah. Let's see. Ugh, it takes so long. I mean, it doesn't, but still. Jeez, dude. How did I break in here? The homecoming heirloom offers a welcome while casting the weight of generations behind the name. It has seen better days for sure. Might as well read Haunted House. Keep out. Some welcome. Or some welcome. I thought it was like, oh, some people are welcome. How did I break in here? Should I go back to the gas station? Use a less fucked up shoulder to shove the door. Ow. Congratulations, it has now become your more fucked up shoulder. Luckily, the loop reset should fix that. I have to stop being diplomatic and use more forceful tactics. That's still my arm. Well, it was worth a try. Was it? Kick the door. No one is hearing me from the inside. Feels like it moved a tiny bit, maybe? Kick it harder. That was not harder. Door definitely budges this time, accompanied by a faint splintering noise akin to kindling creaking, breaking. Hurt foot! Eugene, no! I need to hit it harder. Yes. Continue to kick the door hard. Hit it faster as well. Let it all out. Pain is temporary. So there you are, kicking the door of a ruined house in the middle of nowhere. Barbecue sauce on my titties. Why? I'm not sure. I have no choice. I need to get in. Sure, it's either this or stay outside forever. You won't achieve much from getting in though. Only a few minutes left until everything resets, and then you'll have to break in again. I may learn something. The loop won't change that. Not breaking down the door is just pointless. Eugene. And then, what good is knowledge if you can't use it to change anything? It's not about that. Maybe I can. It's just kick, feel the pain, repeat. And believe the next kick will somehow break the door. Hope that the next loop will somehow be the last. That's all you can do. Perhaps you're afraid to admit it's all hopeless because it would rid you of your only purpose. Break free from the loop. Shut up. It's not debatable. I am going to escape. I am going to escape. Alright, no need to get angry. You'll kick the door down and you'll get out of the loop. I get it. And you'll be back to your life, the one that brought you here in the first place. It will be different. The loop has changed me. Stop it. I'll think about my new life once I'm out of this situation. It changed me. I live in denial now. Yes, the loop has given you a clear purpose for the first time in years. Once it's over, though, once again there will be nothing to fill the infinite void. Nevertheless, perhaps you hope the feeling of being given another chance will make things better. Go away and let me kick in peace. Yes, all I need is a fresh start. I can relate to that. I expect big things from this move that's happening to me in January. Indeed it is. That honeymoon period with a new you is always a delight. But eventually you'll start filling the void again. And then, sooner or later, a moment of weakness will come, and you'll trip down into it once more. You might crawl out again, even more than once. But each time, you'll return to the starting point with a little less optimism and energy. Face it, even if you leave the loop will never leave you. It will be different this time. I won't fall for the same thing again. It will be different. I like that. It's more forceful. Oh, I'm in? Rage surges through you like a tsunami. You kick the door with every ounce of strength you have, even more than you knew you possessed. I'm in here. Very quickly. When someone stuffs things into a corner like this, it's usually to forget about them. Or just to move them aside temporarily, with the promise that they'll be sorted out later. I've forgotten things you... Someone has a really cool sense of music taste. By the look of it, it seems like a sofa or couch. But it does look like a table. It's just an old couch, for better or for worse. I must... Can't go upside. Upside? Let's go in the main door. What? Let the music go. There's a hose. I think the orange ones are the important ones, by the way. A metal cabinet which somehow escaped the teeth of rust, with an intricate golden insignia above the drawers. Looking at the letters more closely, you see they spell out Philip K. A couple of drawers are half open, revealing they are filled with documents and dust. Kind of... Take a look at some of the documents. There are thousands of documents in this monstrosity. It's like someone even kept the receipts for the chewing gum. No way you can just casually inspect them. It would take too many loops with just a few minutes to get in this house. You'll have to look for something specific. It's not a matter of time, it's a matter of willpower. Okay. So there only seems to be books in here. I wanna go... Okay, that's great. I need to get out of here. Can I go up? Oh, I can! I thought I can go up this. That's so weird. Okay. I wanna see where the music is coming from. I wanna see who else is here. The loud music is coming from behind this door. Metalhead from a range house. Someone is inside, probably headbanging to this rhythmical noise. At first your eye meets only whiteness, but then you catch a drawn shape, a hand with an erect middle finger. Open the door slowly. Locked. Knock. Nothing happens. Even if there's someone inside, they would never hear you knocking through all the loud music. Slam your hand hard on the door. A soft leather that covers the highly secure door muffles the sound, which becomes lost among the loud distortions of music coming from the other side. Your attempts are futile until the song is over. Nobody inside will notice your presence. Your presence. Let's see this room of joy. The front cover features a group of heavily armed people, knives, assault rifles, dynamite sticks. The title is Grassroots to Bushfires, Walter Group and For Our Children. Walter Group and For Our Children by Julian Georgeson. Bah. Throw away the book. Reading is for nerds. Relic from a bygone age, an ornate revolver in a frame of curling wood. Below the antique is a plaque. Iron Fang 45, and below that Maynard Orville K 1910. I'm not gonna have time for anything. Yeah, we're going. Shit. Room. What if I come here straight away and I'm not dawdling? What then?